Morning, everybody. Welcome back to week 5 of NTI. If you haven't heard, the board voted last week to end the school year early. It's going to end on May 13th. So we've got some subjects to touch on before the end of the year. We're going to finish up circles today, and we're going to finish we're going to do something you've probably done before, but it does need touched on. That's area and circumference of a circle. All right, the two formulas, and I know I'm 100% sure you've seen them before, but they need touched on, is the area of a circle is pi r squared. Pi equal to 3.14 blah, blah, blah. Some people make a big deal out of how far they can go beyond the 0.14. But for the sake of today's class, we're just going to be dealing with pi. All right, you're not going to have to worry about rounding. Rounding was an issue on one of our subjects here recently, so you don't have to worry about that today. The circumference of a circle. Circumference is the area around a circle, the perimeter of a circle, and the formula for that is 2 times pi, again, 3.14, times the radius. The other thing we want to touch on here is the diameter. You're going to be talking about a diameter a lot. The diameter is equal to 2 times the radius. A diameter is drawn as a line drawn through the middle of a circle, and it connects the two sides. So half of that is a radius, the other half is a radius. The whole thing together is a diameter. All right, we're going to have questions on both area and circumference. So here's one first, and that's some horrible spelling. I'm going to fix this before I get an email from Elaine telling me to fix it. All right, there we go. All right, we want to know the circumference of a circle with a radius of 7. All right, the formula for circumference, and this you've got to cite to memory. If you're going to take any advanced test in your life, whether it be CERT, ACT, GRE, MCAT, anything, you're going to have to know this off the top of your head. The circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. All right, so the circumference of this circle, we know it's going to be 2 times pi times r, and they give us r, it's going to be 7. All right, to clean this up, we just multiply the 7 times the 2, and we get 14 pi. All right, if I was asking you to be exact, you would multiply that 14 times 3.14, blah, 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 blah. But I'm not asking you to. The answer for this is going to be just 14 pi, because I know anybody can type 14 times 3.14 in their calculator. I just want to make sure that you've got this down. To do this, in Delta Math, you're going to hit 14, and then there's over in the lower left-hand corner of Delta Math, there is a pi button. You will push pi button, and all of a sudden, pi will pop up. And then you hit enter, and that will be your answer, 14 pi. All right, next question. Circumference of a circle with a diameter of 10. This is where people's going to make a mistake because they're going to be in a hurry to get this done, and they're not going to pay attention to the word diameter. Remember, diameter is 2 times radius. So the radius of a circle with a diameter of 10 is going to be 5. So to set up our equation, 2 times pi times r is going to be 5. Okay, that makes the answer of the circumference of this 2 times 5 is 10 times pi. Hit the 10, and then again, to remind you, go over in the lower left-hand corner and hit the pi button. All right, one more one real quick. Circumference of a circle with a radius of 12. All right, So to write this out, 2 times pi times the radius, which is 12, equals 24 pi, right? Again, hit the pi button over here. And just remember that pi equals 3.14. If you want to memorize past the 4, that's up to you. But for most of the things you do in life, that should be good enough. All right, next question. Area of a circle with a radius of 19. Setting this up, it's going to be pi times r squared, and we're told that the radius is 19. You put that in a calculator, and you end up with, and I usually like to write it like this, 361 pi, right? Use your calculator, especially if you're using numbers over 10s, because 11s, 12s, 13 squares, all those squares get a little bit confusing. All right, and don't forget your pi button. So 361 pi. Let me get my calculator here. If you were going to figure the area of this, 19 squared, that'd be 361 times 3.14, you'd get an answer of 1133. But for this, I don't want to have problems with rounding. That's 0.54. And you can see where this would cause problems if I had you all entering this. This is the answer here, 361 pi. But I do want you to know that 361 pi is equal to 1133.54. Final question, what is the area of a circle with a diameter of 18? Key thing here is diameter again. You have to pay attention to this. You'll get some questions wrong if you don't do this. All right, so I know if the diameter is 18, the radius equals 9. Okay, the formula for finding the area of a circle is pi r squared. That would be pi times 9 squared. That means your answer is going to be 9 times 9, which is 81, and it's pi. All right, I think you're all good on this. This is something that needed touched on. We're going to move on to a new subject on Thursday. Finish this one off. Please finish it off this week. I get so frustrated when I see people do the work and they do it like a day late and they only get 80% of their points. It just seems silly for an assignment like this that probably is going to take you 20 minutes max. I can't see it taking anybody in either one of my 2 geometry classes much more than 20. All right, guys, y'all have a good day. Check your all's emails. As far as upgrading grades, this week we are going to, the counselors are going to be shutting down IC on different days. I think we can enter scores, but your grades won't be visible because it's going to be 1 quarter at a time. Early in the week, we're going to do first period, first quarter, then second quarter, then third quarter, then fourth quarter. Only 1 quarter can be open at a time. So grades this week from not just me, from all your teachers are going to be a little sketchy. I'm going to enter scores tomorrow, so your scores will be in there, but I don't think your grade will be calculated because IC doesn't have the capability until fourth quarter opens up. All right, if you got any questions, please contact me. You guys have a good, safe week, and I will talk to you all on Thursday. One last thing is today is Mr. Smith's birthday. If you want to drop him an email and tell him happy birthday, I'm sure that he would appreciate it.